On behalf of Buddhist Embassy, I would like to welcome Kai Whitecoombe, who has joined the session via Zoom to discuss regarding the mindfulness of dance in Thai. Kai Whitecoombe is the director of Thai Dance Ottawa and also have been a part of Vesak Day. I would also like to invite Visita Leela Ratnam, who is the brand ambassador of Buddhist Embassy, to this interview. Now, to begin with the session, I would like to ask Kai Whitecoombe, what inspired you to the field of Thai dance today?
Well, since the early age, dancing is always my passion. I was doing it because it's some form of entertainment, some form of activities. And it's because I'm Thai. What's the best thing to do? So I chose to study Thai dance. And then I did it since I was 10 years old. And then I got into high school, university, and then got married. And now I worked and moved to Canada in 1987 until present moment. So it's about 50 years at least that I have been doing Thai dance. And the drive behind all of this that it keep me doing all this is, I think it's because I do it in the memory of my parents and my younger brother who passed away. So at least I'm doing something to remind myself of them all the time. I have to choose to do something that I love to do. It's not something that, going to the temple and sit and pray. Doing dancing and promoting culture is a lot more fun.
That sounds really impressive. Can you tell me about your perception of the early thoughts comparing to the present thoughts in Thai dance?
As I said, when I was young, doing the dancing is just a form of entertainment. And, then as time passed, it become the habit, become the routine. And when you grow older, it's become a lifestyle. And then through all these years, you gain the knowledge in terms of the culture and the tradition. And then you understand your history, which enable you to lead a better life that we all, and we all learn from our mistake in the past. And in fact, I picked a video that would be able to explain the mindfulness in Thai dance clearly. We're going to be watching the video next.
Wasn't that grateful to watch? Now, to move on with the discussion, is there a correlation between Thai dance and Buddhist practices such as meditation?
Yes, there definitely is a connection with the meditation. In fact, between any dances, not just a Thai dance. The video that I have just shown to you guys is a very good example, especially the duet part. The bird goddess of old Siam was played by Shewat Aswar, the one of my students, and the two angel of old Siam are performed by myself and my oldest daughter, Denise Whitcomb. And you can see that this is the duet of the two angels of old Siam doing the identical movement, which demonstrate both the physical and mental mindfulness in terms of the eyes, the hands, the body, the footwork, and the movement. Each dancer, when you perform, the dancer has to connect their body and soul together. You have to connect your brain with your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your lips, your fingers, your toes, your legs. You have to connect to all parts of your body first. And then the two angels will connect their movement with one music and they synchronize that. We didn't realize that until I looked at this duet and I thought that, gee, then they both synchronize with the music and that's what create the duet. I later then discovered and realized that uh, dance and music or anything you do in daily life, like, walking, cleaning, cooking, singing, it could be considered as a form of meditation if you're doing it with mindfulness, with being mindful of what you're doing. The better you concentrate or being mindful, the better performance or the result you will accomplish. Like all dancers would say, practice makes perfect.
That was quite insightful. Last but not the least, does practicing Thai dance help to have a good mental health and physical well being? Does it help to keep an individual happier?
I guess yes. All of you might be thinking the same thing. How? Since dance is a form of we already agree that dancing is a form of meditation, because it be being mindful on what we're doing. It could be dancing or walking or talking. Then we can count it as a form of meditation. So in that case, when you practice dancing, it's also a form of exercise. So you definitely would benefit from our health from this practice, both physically and mentally. And when your physical and mental health are in balance, that's when you will be happier and healthier. Normally, you know what? When we get normally every day you go to have shower. You get dirty, you have a shower. You clean your body, you clean your hair, you wash the dirt off. But what about your mind and soul? How do you clean up your mind and soul? So the meditation is how one cleans one's mind, and this is I call it the natural vaccine for your mind, especially during this global pandemic. Have you ever wondered why we practice mindfulness or practice meditation? In Thailand, we call it vipassana. When we do the vipassana, we have the walking vipassana, walking meditation, and we also have sitting meditation. And what do we do when we do the meditation? We breathe, we observe our breath or the action on our tummy, rising, falling, rising, and we observe that. And then we also observe the interference that come in the loud, the smelling, the noise, the loud noise. We acknowledge it 3 times. And then once you acknowledge it, and then you let it go. Like if you sit and you have pain because your back is in pain, you acknowledge that I'm in pain, I'm in pain, I'm in pain, at least 3 times, and then you let go. So when you do, some people do the meditation for years and years. They keep practicing this. Why are they doing that? I asked my teacher, and none of them tell me anything. They want me to find out by myself. And the answer is this: when you sit and meditate or walk and you concentrate, you being mindfulness of what you're doing. And the answer to this is because you need to be able to capture your mind. If you uh sometimes our mind can go crazy. You must have heard the movie Criminal Mind. Your mind gone crazy. What do? Uh, you have to be able to capture your crazy mind, your criminal mind. Once you capture that, then you have time to react. In order, when you capture that feeling, and then you have time to evaluate the situation, whether how can I be respond or react. When you capture the feeling, you don't react. You have time to evaluate whether should I kill that person, should I walk away, should I just smile. So it causes less trouble between not all of us here, among the community, in the family, the community, in the country, and internationally. If everybody are aware of what they're doing, instead of reacting because of the anger, you react with a bit of the evaluation, where do about pros and cons, whether it's in our best interest of all party or not. And we also practice being merciful, being kind, being conscious, forgiveness. And at the end, we all have to let go. Why? Because if you hold a piece of stone or a glass of water, if you hold it for, let's say, 5 minutes, you're fine. If you have to hold it for 5 hours or 5 days or 5 years, why would you bother go through all those suffering? Put it down and let it go. And you can do that because you are being mindful of what you're doing. You think about it instead of just react. Somebody says something nasty and you react right away or throw something at the person. No, you just acknowledge. When you capture your mind that, oh, I'm angry, 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 and you acknowledge that instead of reacting. And as I always say that positivity is the best vaccine in life. And the exercise, we were talking about the exercise also. So the exercise help us get strong physically, but the meditation helps strengthen us and balance our mind. So doing both, you definitely going to benefit from both. And that's always people always ask me, what about the chicken and eggs, who come first? Same thing as the birth and the death. Once you're born, we all should be prepared and ready to die anytime, because the only certainty thing is that nothing is certain. We all know, we all say that, good thing doesn't last forever. Fortunately, so does the bad thing.
Uh, Thank you, Kai. I'm sure to let go and stay positive further in my life. Thank you so much for sharing your experience and knowledge with us today. We have learned a lot about Thai dance. I have found the session very knowledgeable and profound. Are there any last words or suggestions that you would like to give us?
Yes, especially for young people like you guys, for all of you to tune in to listen to this, it's already wonderful, because People are busy, and the being mindfulness and meditation and Buddhism is not the topic for young people. But had I known what I know now when I was young, my life would have been a lot better, a lot of benefit.